What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of We Are One Automotive. Today we're working on my wife's Jeep. She has a service shifter light coming on, so we gotta replace the shifter bezel with this piece. Goes around the shifter, so when we drive the car, all of these lights come on. It has something to do with this little module or computer that's in here. So we gotta replace that little piece. So I'll be taking off this bezel and replacing, obviously, this bezel and the wiring harness that comes along with it. So stick along while I do that. So I'm gonna start with opening up this box that we got in the mail. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday morning. I gotta try and knock this out quickly because my son has a birthday party to go to at 12. See, so this is the piece that I gotta replace. So the module that's in here is messing up in the old one. So put that back here for now, out of the sun. Let's turn this up and start with pulling off. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There we go. Get this in there real quick. Fry it up. It's kind of hard to do with only one hand. I guess now that that's up, I can get my hand in there. Lightly pry. Put some tension. It's probably stuck as well as fucking soda. There you go. There's another one up here. Slowly, there you go. Lift that up. There is a harness right here. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I just did a whole video of how to take this panel off. So what I did was I unclipped, or I unplugged the plug, and then I pulled on it and it broke the zip tie. And then I worked the front of the boot off of the bezel and slid the boot forward, just so you don't break these 2 pins or clips that hold it onto the back of the bezel. And then just work it off and throw it to the back. So now what you're gonna do is now what I'm gonna try and do is look for the easiest way to unplug this wire, because the new bezel comes with a wire. I don't know why I would have to replace a wire. You know what I mean? Should I? No, I'll replace it. So I don't know if it's easier to pull this panel off and try and get down there, or if I have to pull off a side panel in order to get to it. So give me a second while I figure that out. Okay, so excuse me. So what I did was pulled up on this panel, popped it up. There's a couple clips on the back here, and then there's a clip here and a clip here. So you're gonna pull up on this corner with your two middle fingers, pull up on this corner from underneath, and then right here, because there's another clip, and then on this side you're gonna do the same. You're gonna hold the panel up a little so you could get with your left hand. You're gonna hold it up, and then with your right, you're gonna reach underneath it like so. You're gonna feel the wire, and then you're gonna press with your finger the little retainer and then pull it out. It is luckily pushed in sideways so you could get to it, so it's not like you can't really mess it up. You know what I mean? It's just plug it in. So now throw that one in the back, get the new one, and install just like you took it out. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll show you that part. See, so now have it plugged in. Focus. Plugged in underneath the shifter. There we go. Can't really see it. It's where that white, red, and green wire go in to underneath the shifter. Here, this one. Oop, there we go. It's plugged in. Now, gotta just bring this up. Push this back in. Give me a second. I need two hands. Okay, now this bottom panel is pushed back into place. The wire is ran properly. It's pushed into this little holder right there, like so. Now this goes on here, like so. I'm going to plug in that wire to the bottom of the panel, and I'll show you what that looks like after it's all said and done. And then I will install the boot and then clip it back into place. There you go, it's plugged in. I have to put that little white thing in this location. It's just a holder that holds the wires into place, and then the boot's installed, and then I just have to push it down, and then that'll be it. So give me one more second and bada bing bada boom, it's in place. I'll do a quick cleanup when I'm done installing a blower motor and regulator. So that'll be the next portion of this video. See you in a bit. Alright, boys and girls, welcome back, or thank you for sticking along for part 2 of this episode. So, on part 2, I will be replacing this item and this item, which are a blower motor for the AC and the AC blower motor regulator. So, both of these items are throwing codes, which the code is, what is it? It's like sending too much power to the blower motor and the resistor from the ECU or the ECM or whatever it's called, and there's no explanation for it. We took it to an electrician. He said, an automotive electrician. He said just replace these 2 items, so that's what we're gonna do. These are pretty self-explanatory. Remove and replace just like any other part. There's no wrong or any way you can mess it up, so hopefully this solves the problem, because we've already replaced this item, both of these items, twice, and it keeps doing it. So I'm gonna go disconnect the battery once again, or unlock the truck, unlock the Jeep, pop the hood, and then disconnect the battery so that I could disconnect these electrical items and then remove them and then replace them. But I'll bring you along for those R&Rs, and stick along. Alright, so let me try and turn my light on. There we go. So there is the fan, and then that little where both of those wire harnesses go into, I have to replace that as well. So I'm going to start with disconnecting the fan, which would be the big plug. Then I'll follow that harness down to the module, disconnect that, and then that blue harness to the module, disconnect that as well. So I'll start with that and then see what screws, or see what tools I need to remove the screws out of that, which I think it's just a Phillips. So give me a second. Alright boys, here goes round 3. I had to come inside and cool off because of my MS. So I disconnected the blower motor and one of the wires that are going to the resistor to the blower motor. So all I have is one more wire that's going to the resistor, but I needed to get a little flathead so I could push down on the retaining clip for that wire while I pull it out. I also needed to get a Phillips screwdriver so I could unscrew the blower motor and pull it out. So I took that opportunity to come inside and cool off. This disability fucking sucks, dude. Like, it sucks having to sit here all day in one spot because your body is as heavy as a boulder and you don't have enough energy to move. So you're stuck in one spot all day. Like, yeah, I sit here and watch YouTube all day, but it's only because that's all I'm able to do. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I was able to still interact with people and work a full-time job, but I'm not able to, and that gets me in my head and in a dark place because I'm looking for a job now, but every position that I look for requires me to do stuff that I'm not able to do. So having to find a position that is like tailored to my needs is very difficult. Anyway, I digress. That has nothing to do with this video. So I'm gonna get a Phillips screwdriver and a little flathead so I could unclip that wire and continue to work on the Jeep. See you guys in a little bit. Boop. Alright, so I removed the 3 bolts that were holding in the blower motor, pulled it out, make sure there's no obstructions in there holding the motor in, keeping it from spinning, which doesn't look like there is. So I'm going to take the new motor inside, install the resistor onto the new motor, bring the new motor out here, install it, hook up the wires, and then put the covers back on, hook up the battery, then wait for my lady to get off of work, go pick her up, come back, have her test drive the car, and then call it a day. But I'll bring you along so you guys can see the installation and watch me complete this repair of the vehicle. Thank you for sticking along this far. Alright, so now we got the new ones up there. Boop, boop. We gotta install 3 screws, one at the top, one at the side, and then one hidden over here, right there on the left. One over there, and one at the top. So I'm going to install those 3 screws, connect that wire. There's a plug right there and a plug on top. So I'm going to screw in those 3 screws real quick, plug in the wires, and then I'll cover up all these panels, and then that'll be it. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Everything is in place, everything's connected, everything is in as it should be. So that part of the repair is complete. That was sending a check engine light. So hopefully it doesn't freaking do it again. You get tags for this fucking thing. Alright, so now just come over to the front. Ooh, God damn, that fender is hot. Hook up the ground real quick. Twist and push. Tighten up that 10 mil. Other way. There you go. That's done. And then that's it. Car's complete. Shut the hood. Collect the junk. Put the tools away. And then call it a day. Thank you guys for sticking along on my little R&R project that I had to do, which is remove and replace the little shifter bezel on the Jeep. Also remove and replace the blower motor, as well as the... So I replaced the blower motor resistor and the blower motor. So we are just closing everything up now. A piece of sweat dropped on my phone and shut off my video. So now I just gotta close the hood, pick up all my tools, and then lock up the car. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little video. Now we're just gonna go inside and relax, cool off. Hopefully regain a little more energy. Like I said earlier, dude, this whole disability sucks. If you guys want to know more about it, let me know in the comments. I'll make a video on it. Peace out. Have a good day. Remember, guys, we are one. Enjoy life. Smile. Don't be fucking assholes. Just live life. Peace.